Cheslin, was it meant to be in the second World Cup?
Now, obviously, yes, a lot of nerves and a lot of obviously waiting to know what's happening and who's going to be in the team. So, yeah, it was a lot of nerves and just I couldn't wait to hear the good news from the management team, the coaches, and everyone. Obviously, for me, I do get the opportunity to just wear that green and gold jersey. It's a massive privilege and honor, honestly, for me. And just to be a part of another World Cup is special to go out there and represent my country again, and doing that with an incredible bunch of players and management that you really want to work for.
You now obviously spent a lot more time in France than most of your teammates. You know the grounds well. You know the dangers of and all the little secrets that you need to know. What can you help them with when you go there?
I think I maybe might be a little tour guide to some of the players, but yeah, one thing I can say is the atmosphere, the experience in France is going to be incredible. I think there's been a big buzz just before I left France around the World Cup, obviously. So yeah, I think just embracing the culture, the food. A beautiful city that we will be living in, and the surroundings as well. So yeah, there's a lot that we can do during our off time, but we obviously know what our main focus is and why we're going over there as well.
You and I have done a number of interviews over the years, etc. You've had a lot of achievements in your career. World Cup winner. What still drives you?
Yeah, yes. To be honest, just to be a better player, better person each and every day. My kids motivates me quite a lot because whatever I do during my career, what I do now is it's for my kids and for the players that I get to play with, and to wear this jersey with pride and represent players that's been through the jersey in the past and in history. So for me, just not just being here, but being a part of a culture, a team that has been through a lot, and seeing good results just because of good commitment from management and players, and just the sacrifice each and everybody is willing to take as well, just makes it so much more special. So for me, is honestly just I'm still learning. No one's a perfect rugby player, and the more you can learn from others, the better you'll become.
Just, I mean, if you look at it back your whole career now, there's so much. As I say, I'm coming back to saying again, so much you've done, etc. And you're still pretty young. I mean, you've still got. Do you have another World
I'm
Cup
still
again?
young. I am still young.
Yeah.
I'll take that. Yes, obviously, we never know what can happen in 4 years. For me, I'll obviously love to be a part of as many as I can, and obviously as long as I'm up to good form as well. So just main focus for me now is to take it week by week now. Obviously leading up into the World Cup, and then whatever happens after that, we'll cross the bridge when the time comes.
Give us a little bit of insight just on. I mean, you guys are a very close knit side, and part of that comes with the disappointment. Now we've had already this last week the disappointment of Luat, the disappointment of Kanye not making it, Andre not making it in time to make the squad. How does that affect you guys? Because you played with these guys for so many years now.
No, definitely, because you grew such a bond together over the few years we've been together, and I think the saddest thing out of all of this, obviously, to whoever's going to the World Cup, it's quite special. It's a massive honor and a privilege. And to the guys that obviously didn't make it, it's heartbreaking for each and every one of us, because, as the coaches said, we wish we could have taken each and every player with, so that we didn't have that kind of feeling within the camp. But I think everybody took full responsibility. They understood what the coaches were looking at, and I think the nice thing about the environment, it's open. There's honesty, and everybody knows exactly where they're standing. So, yeah, for us, we feel for the players that hasn't made it. But as the coaches also said, that the door isn't closed. A lot can happen before the first game of the World Cup and during the competition as well. So, just for them to stay on task, keep training, and I think for us is to also represent them because they've been in camps, they've been in trainings and the physical side of things as well. So because we don't just do it for us, we do it for the players that hasn't made it, and obviously the whole country as well.
I mean, you look at does it get easier now? The fact that the squad's been named and you guys know you're all going, is there almost like a weight off your shoulders now?
No, not at all, because as I said earlier, anything can happen at any given time, and for us, we need to make sure that we're honest and we're open with each other. We're pushing the right buttons, and we just need to make sure we prepare well, and as I said, stay on task because anything can happen, and the last thing you want is obviously disruptions leading up into one of the biggest competitions. So yeah, you I won't say you're never safe. You need to stay on task and make sure that you keep improve each and every day when you go out on the training field and when you come to play on weekends as well.
Last one for me, just your draw. Everyone talks about being the pool of death, toughest draw, etc. I mean, you guys know you played against them last year as well. Ireland, Scotland, you played against many times. Are there any games that sort of you stand out as? I know that you guys talk about Scotland being the biggest game, the first game, but how do you navigate that and how do you approach it other than your? And I know your answer is going to be one game at a time.
Yeah, that will be my answer. But for me, obviously the World Cup and the first pool game against Scotland is going to be important. But I think there's two games prior to that, which is Wales and New Zealand again in Twickenham. That obviously we need to make sure that whatever we train, we execute that in those two games, and whoever gets opportunity makes the most of it as well. And now the biggest goal for us is obviously Scotland. It's the first game of the World Cup, and you want to start off well. And each and every game after that is just as important as well. I think just the coaches said it. This World Cup is open, and for us, obviously, we need to stay on task. So with Scotland, I think Romania, Ireland, and Tonga lost. So each and every pool game is quite important, and we will respect that and train as well and as hard for each and every game as well as we can.
Cool. Thanks, man. Cheers.
Thank you.